Welcome to Physics 1. I'm Dr. John Golben. If you've made this far, you have already done great things because you have made it into the course overview and have found the orientation videos for this course, so congratulations. A few other things you may have noticed on the Start Here dashboard are my instructor introduction, the location of the syllabi of which we're going to be talking about in this video, course objectives, which can be found in the syllabi, so you may skip that for now. Student and instructor expectations. My expectation for you is to conduct yourself with the highest level of integrity in this course. Communication policy, in short, treat others with respect in all your communication online. Student resources, and if you are unfamiliar with Blackboard, please check out this Blackboard student orientation. But your main tabs for this course, at least getting started, is the syllabi, the course overview, and the content, because everything in this course will be found in the content tab. Let's take another look at this course overview, and I have a welcome letter here where I do stress to look at these orientation videos. Also found in this folder are the frequently asked questions, where you might find the answers to questions such as, how can I save a lot of money on the book? And the videos aren't working for me, what should I do? You also wish to check out the technical setup folder in the content tab, because the setup for all of your main items in this course will be found there. If you wish to look at the ebook, the only way to get that is to get into WebAssign, so that is described how to do that there. The laboratories, you will have to download the latest version of Java, so that is described there. And you may have to download the latest version of Adobe Flash Player. So that will get you set up for the laboratories. There's also a sample lab for you to try out there. The quizzes, how to do the quizzes. There's a sample quiz there called the Fun Quiz. You can take that as many times as you wish. And you need to take that at least once before the end of this first week to establish yourself in the course. So take that Fun Quiz just to see how the quizzes work, and how to take the exams, what you need to do there. So this technical setup folder in the content tab is very important. You also wish to check out the discussions for anything that is going on with this course, and the daily schedule. The daily schedule is a dedicated tab on the left, and it's your calendar for the course. So it has a suggested timeline for how you do your lectures, but there are also dates in there that are the due dates for quizzes and exams, and you cannot miss those due dates. You can work ahead on the schedule, but you may not work behind. So you wish to check out the daily schedule often in this course. And the content has everything you need in this course. So that is your welcome to this course. Here's the frequently asked questions, so you wish to check that out, and the other orientation video. But for now, we wish to look at the syllabus, the course syllabus. So let's look at that now. Welcome to Physics 213, Physics 1. I'm your instructor, Dr. John Golben. I reside in the Math, Science, and Administration building on the Decatur campus. If you go up to the third floor of that building, go to the south end of the building, that's the Natural Sciences offices, and I'm room 370C in there. You can contact me at my phone number, 306-2841, or at my email address, john.golben@calhoun.edu. I would prefer that you contact me through the messages function within Blackboard, so I can keep a record of our conversation right there. My office hours, the best time to see me is in the afternoon, so just stop by in the afternoon, drop me an email or a message stating that you're going to come by, and I'll let you know that that's okay. This is Physics 1 with Calculus 1. So the kind of calculus we're doing is differentiation or integration. Prerequisite is indeed Calculus 1. This course provides a calculus-based treatment of principal subdivisions of classical physics, mechanics, and energy. Online lab is required. At the successful completion of this course, the student will be able to identify the basic principles and concepts of physics, apply physics concepts to daily situations, apply techniques of problem solving, identify material to be used in future courses, and describe empiricism, the pursuit of knowledge through observation and experiment. Materials. For this course, we're going to use Physics for Scientists and Engineers, 9th edition by Surway and Jewett. Our bookstores sell the WebAssign ebook bundle, which has both the loose leaf binder and online ebook versions of the book. The binder has all the same information and the same writing as the hardcover. The ebook, of course, is the hardcover in electronic version, and this bundle costs 1/3 as much as the hardcover, so it's a great offer. You can also use previous editions of Surway and Jewett, the 8th edition, 7th edition, 6th edition, and they're fine because we are only going to use our internal problem sets, and so they're independent of the book themselves. So any version of the book is actually fine, and you can find a cheaper version on Amazon, possibly for just a few bucks if you do a search. You also may wish to purchase the binder that has my lecture notes and the problem questions, the Physics 213 with Calculus Mechanics binder, available at either bookstore, Huntsville or Decatur, for about 23, 24 bucks. You can get the same information online as PDF files in the Blackboard shell, but sometimes it's nice to have it already printed out for you and published in the binder. It's very convenient to have it that way. All the labs and lab materials for this course will be provided online, so there's no specific lab book for that. And if you wish to check out the library resources, check out this link here and the student resources at another Calhoun link as well. Our methods for this course will be TechSmith Relay or Office Mix videos for the lectures, and there are optional versions of the videos in YouTube form, just in case the TechSmith Relay or Office Mix doesn't work for you. We also have Educreation or optional, again, YouTube video, which shows problem solving of examples. These videos are generally about 2 to 5 minutes long, and they show a worked out solution by me on video for all the problems in the problem set. So if you have any questions about any problem, you can check out the video and see how step by step I worked out the videos. And in fact, it's a good way to get a example of how to work out these problems step by step, right down to the calculations. We are going to be using PHET simulations for laboratory exercises. They are wonderful simulations put out by the University of Colorado Boulder and supported by the National Science Foundation. And these are very realistic simulations for physics laboratory settings. You need to have Java set up on your computer, and so if you check out in the technical setup folder on the Start Here page, there will be a lab setup subfolder there, and you can see how to set up Java and set up the PHET simulations so you can do the laboratories. There are other online resources for videos, notes, and problem solutions. A lot of this is optional, but it's for your benefit and enjoyment, so you might want to check those out as well. Definitely check out the technical skills folder, the technical setup folder on the Start Here homepage, and in here you'll find ways to set up the quizzes and take the quizzes, and in fact the fun quiz will be in the quizzes subfolder of the technical skills folder. And check out the lab setup as well, and there's also a folder for how to go to the exams centers at the Decatur and Huntsville campuses and take the exams there, so what you need to do for that. So you definitely want to check out the technical setup folder on the Start Here page. Grading. For a fall or spring semester, there will be 4 exams, including the final, and this will consist of 75% of your grade, so it is 18.75% per exam for each of those 4 exams. If it's a summer semester, it'll only be 3 exams, and so each exam would be 25% of your grade. Weekly quizzes in the fall or spring semester, there will be 12 quizzes, dropping the lowest, and that will be a total of 10% of your final grade. So each quiz will be 0.91% of your final grade. If it's a summer semester, there'll be 10 quizzes, so each quiz would be 1% of your final grade. Online laboratory in the fall or spring semesters, there'll be 7 labs, consisting a total of 15% of your final grade, so each lab will be worth 2.14% of your final grade. If it's a summer semester, there'll be only 6 labs, and hence each lab will be worth 2.5% of your final grade. My Grades and Blackboard will maintain a running percentage of these 3 components of your course grade at all times, so the student will be able to see a current accounting of his or her standing in the course at any time he or she wishes. The grade scale is the weighted percentage of your exams, quizzes, and labs. 75% exams, 10% quizzes, and 15% labs are all weighted into this final percentage. The percentage scale is what you're used to. 90 to 100% is an A, 80 to 89% is a B, and so forth and so on. We have particular rubrics for the grading. The exams will be 100 points per exam with an optional extra credit problem for plus 5 points. The first page of the exam will be a matching page. There will be 10 columns of matches, 2 points per match for 20 points. The second page will be 2 multiple choice problems. They're word problems, straightforward, all or nothing, but the answers are there. Multiple choice problems for 20 points. And then there's the problem section, which will be 6 word problems, probably 2 easy problems, 2 medium problems, and 2 hard problems. 10 points each, partial credit given. The partial credit on the word problems is awarded based on the accuracy of the formulas used, the completeness of your approach, and the types of errors in the mathematical calculations. In demonstrating all these aspects, students must show all of their work to garner maximum partial credit. Generally, 2 hours will be given for the completion of an exam at one of the testing centers or by a proctor at a remote site. Exams will be graded by the instructor within a week following the due date of the exam. For fairness, the graded exams will not be returned to the student. Students may revisit the instructor during office hours to see their graded exam, and/or the student may request a summary of how their exam was graded. For the quizzes are patterned closely after the essential 10 problems for the chapters assigned that week. Each quiz is 2 problems, 3 problems in the summer semester, with each problem worth 10 points. The quizzes are 25 minutes long, 40 minutes in the summer semester. Answers are given as multiple choice selections, and the possibilities include wrong answers, probably the most common type of wrong answer, so you want to be very careful with your solving of these quizzes. The quizzes are computer graded upon completion. The number of weekly quizzes is 12 during the spring and fall semester and 10 during the summer semester, with the overall weight of each quiz being about 1%. The quiz solution will be posted within 24 hours after the quiz due date. There are no makeup quizzes under any circumstances, although the lowest quiz score will be dropped at the end of the semester. The main purpose of the weekly quiz is to ensure that the student is keeping pace with the current material in the course. 7 labs will be assigned in the semester, 6 in the summer semester. The due date shown on the daily schedule, so you want to refer to the daily schedule often. Labs will be graded on the completeness of the answers to the lab questions, completeness and accuracy of the data, the overall writing ability of the student, including grammar and spelling, and the adherence to the essential features of a lab report, especially the 4 items that must be contained within the conclusion. A guide to these essential features is included within each lab's word template, so look for that guide. Labs will be personally graded on a scale of 15 points by the instructor within a week following the due date. At that time, the lab score and the feedback will be provided to the student. Some labs will have opportunities for extra credit. Our topics in this course are Measurement and Mathematical Review in Chapter 1, Kinematics, which is the study of motion, the empirical study of motion, Vectors, which is applying one-dimensional motion into 2 and 3, possibly more dimensions, the Laws of Motion, which is the study of dynamics, Work and Energy, which is a continued different approach of dynamics, Linear Momentum, Circular and Rotational Motion, applying our kinematic formulas to rotational motion, and then Static Equilibrium, which is just statics, the study of gravity and Newton's law of gravity, and then Fluids and Solids, which is applying our mechanics to fluids and solids as well as gases. Policy. Students are referred to the college syllabus, also in the syllabi folder, for institutional policies regarding attendance, withdrawal, disability services, student code of conduct, academic integrity, and complaint procedures. Attendance. Your attendance in this distance education course will be recorded within the first week of the course by the student completing the assessment fun quiz as found in the technical setup quiz portion of the Start Here homepage. After the first week, the student's attendance record will be based on the student meeting course requirements such as submitting assignments, completing labs, completing quizzes, and being involved in messages or discussions. These are monitored automatically. If the student does not meet attendance requirements as stated in the college syllabus, the student is encouraged to officially withdraw from the course. Late work. Each chapter is due to be completed by the deadline date outlined in the daily schedule. So you want to check that daily schedule often. It is your roadmap for the course. It helps link the assignments with the assessments. All work, lectures, labs, quizzes, and exams should be completed by the deadline dates, which is usually midnight on a Sunday. Quizzes. There are no makeup quizzes for the weekly quizzes. Since students are allowed to drop their lowest weekly quiz, there remains sufficient recourse for a student to rebound from an unexpected missed quiz. The overall value of each weekly quiz, which is generally about 1%, is also relatively small in the grand context of the course. Exams or labs. Students under extreme and tragic circumstances who have missed the deadline for an exam or lab should contact the instructor as soon as possible to outline a course of action for makeup. Communication. Our preferred communication in this physics course will be through the messages function within the course. When you log into the course, this tab will be near the top on the left-hand side. Files such as Adobe PDF or pictures JPG can be attached and sent using messages. For topics of general interest to the course, students are encouraged to communicate through the discussions function within the course. This way, all can benefit from the ensuing discussion. High discussion activity by the student will earn extra credit consideration. For all forms of communication within the course, the students are required to be respectful of others, especially with electronic communication, where students are devoid of visual aids and inflection in communication. It is essential to be mindful of the language that is used. Students should be aware of and be particularly sensitive to cultural differences. All written communication should use proper spelling and grammar. As mentioned above, this is part of the grading rubric for the laboratory and exam questions. The instructor can always be contacted via any email account to his Calhoun email address, john.golben@calhoun.edu. although messages is much preferred. All assignment submissions should be to messages. Final exam to be complete by the closing time at one of the testing centers on, and check your daily schedule for this final exam date. Here's a daily schedule for this Physics 1 course. It says fall 2015, but it will be particularly catered to your semester, whatever that semester is. But you want to check this daily schedule. It is your roadmap for the course and tells you when all the due dates are, which is generally a Sunday night, midnight on a Sunday night for the quizzes and labs. And it tells you when the final day that you can take the exams will be, which is the blue ones. So you want to check this daily schedule. You can work ahead on the schedule, but you cannot work behind. And if it were the exams, you can go to the testing centers early, take the exams early if you wish. You just cannot take the exams after the deadlines. So you want to check the schedule for all your due dates, for the quizzes, for the labs, and for the exams. And also check the schedule for your final exam date as well. So be sure to check this out daily. It's a suggested guide for your lectures, but it's a definite guide for your due dates.